The right of the people to keep and wear orange shall not be infringed. Welcome to the Cuse Militia Podcast with those two unapologetically biased orange-blooded homers, Sean and Joe. Give us a like on Facebook at Cuse Militia Podcast and follow on Twitter at Cuse Militia.
All right, what's up, Cuse Nation? Thanks for tuning in to the Cuse Militia Podcast with Sean and Joe. If you like it, please share it. Always hit that subscribe button. We appreciate that. So we've got the Wake Forest pregame set up for you, ready to go tonight. Also a little bit of basketball news. And Joe's My Bookie Pick. Joe's My Bookie Pick comes back. It feels like it's been forever. It's been about a week. Exactly a week.
Yep.
Joe is 6-2, just like the Orange. I just thought we should mention that. He's kind of been on that roll. When the Orange have lost, Joe has lost. So we'll see what happens. But first, as always, you know the deal. If you're betting online and you're not getting matched dollar for dollar for everything you deposit, then you might as well just go to MyBookie. If you want a place to go where they have great online reviews, where their mobile site's easy to use, they've been in business for years. We know this. I would only recommend a service to my listeners that's been good to me. That's why I'm recommending right now MyBookie. Go there. If you win, they pay. They have in-game live betting, over-unders on fantasy points scored, and the most rewarding player perks in the business. And now they're currently slammed with new bettors. So to give you the best possible service, if you want to call after 7 p.m. and deposit, if you deposit at least $100, they'll give you $125 back. That's $225. For that deal, you use promo code CUSE25. If you want to deposit during regular business hours, use promo code CUSE. They'll still match you dollar for dollar up to $1,000. Visit MyBookie online today. That's MyBookie. And don't forget to use those promo codes. You play, you win, you get paid. MyBookie. All right. So, I got Don's book. I'm gonna plug Don's book one more time, and we'll leave it alone until it's time to push it for Christmas. But I will say this, and it's an extremely cool book the way it's laid out. Okay, and I put a picture up on Twitter, but
you talked about that. So
yeah, it's written out. It's basically, you could almost use this thing if you read it all the way through. I'm just gonna read it cover to cover, but after that, if there's anything you need, it has every stat. Every Jim Boeheim Syracuse basketball stat you would ever need is in this book. It's like an encyclopedia or a reference book for Syracuse basketball and Jim Boeheim. It's pretty cool. So, and like we've said, I mean, he's been writing it since 2010, so it was carefully done. And I've started it, and it's pretty impressive. So I just thought I'd give him a shout-out for that. If you want to email him at dstaffo64 at gmail.com. I think the book from him is $32, but he'll sign it, personalize it, and sign it for you, and send you a copy. It's really neat. So, the reviews.
Nice.
We're not going to pull a review winner today, but I want to thank everybody. If you've left a review and I haven't called on you yet, I see them, and I try to get to them, but I just want to say thanks. They're so flattering that. We're not worthy. So, I mean, I feel like you guys are awesome. So, and we appreciate it. So if you do want to leave a review on iTunes, that would be great. If you give us a 5-star rating, no 1 stars. Joe's a little sensitive to that. He gets a little upset. Plus, we don't accept them anyways. We don't accept them. They don't go through for some reason. So, except for one. Huh. Someone trolled us and gave us 1, but they didn't leave a written comment, so I couldn't read it on the show. Otherwise, I'd have given them a Cuse crate. Comes in an envelope. I'd have done it.
It's true.
So leave the 5-star rating and a written review. Read it on the show. Get the Cuse crate. Comes in an envelope. Boom. Right to your doorstep, too. You don't even have to do anything. All you got to do is bend down, pick it up, bring it back inside. Okay? Yeah, thanks to Connor. He got his. Weird Al Spankalicious. Got
Makes me laugh every time.
So, yeah, don't set me up with the names either. All right, Syracuse plays Lemoyne in their last exhibition before regular season tomorrow at 7 o'clock in the Dome, and you can watch that. It's Halloween too, so it's like I'm gonna be that guy, trick or treating with his kids with Watch ESPN going, with earbuds in, and my wife's she's probably not gonna be very happy about it. But,
Scrooge of Halloween.
Yeah, well, I mean, I got 12 or 11, 10, and 4, so I don't know. But you can watch it ACC Network Extra live stream or watch ESPN app. Those might be the same thing. I don't know. I just go to the ESPN app. So, in other basketball news, Quincy Guerrier, 4-star small forward, he has narrowed his list down to 3 schools: Oregon, Syracuse, and Illinois, and he's going to announce his decision tomorrow as well. So be on the lookout for that. Yeah. I guess Jalen Carey in Washington, they've at least suited up for some drills, and they practiced with the team yesterday. They're probably not going to play in the exhibition. I wouldn't think that'd be smart anyway. So you're probably going to be looking at
probably not going to push the issue.
Right. And Howard, he is not yet. He has yet to practice with the team, I believe. So don't push the issue there. So just keep them ready for the 6th. And then congrats to Dungy, too. He earned his 3rd ACC Quarterback of the Week award. So for his part in the 51-41 win over North Carolina State, where he went 27 for 38 for 411 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. That's the dagger right there, the 0 interceptions. So,
boom.
Yeah, huge.
We're still ranked, right? I woke up. We're still ranked.
Yes. That actually won't change until the very.
I'm just scared that one of these mornings I'm going to wake up and it's not going to be real.
I know, right? And it's so fun too. So I mean, you can just sit around and gloat about it. And we're going to give you the Wake Forest preview, and we'll let you know what Coach Dave Clawson had to say in his pregame press conference. Was that yesterday?
Today.
Oh, it was today? Okay.
Yeah, today.
But first, we just did the MyBookie stuff. You guys know the deal. You know the deal. You know the promo codes. Cuse 25 if you're going to deposit after 7 o'clock. Deposit $100, you get $125 back. Cuse, if you deposit normal business hours, they'll match you dollar for dollar up to $1,000. Joe.
Oh, it's MyBookie pick time.
It's MyBookie pick time, dude. You're 6-2, just like the Orange. You're ranked. Okay.
Completely unprepared.
All right. Well, you're so full of it too. Syracuse is favored right now. I think it opened at what, 4.5? Did you say?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's up to they're favored by 5 right now. So, let's hear it. Let's see what you got.
Syracuse -5.
Wait, that was even too quick for me, huh?
What do you mean? Well, you told me you wanted it to be quicker, so it's quicker.
So Syracuse, you're going with Syracuse.
I'm going with Syracuse -5.
Okay.
I'm looking at Wake Forest. There's no reason to believe
5
anything.
points does not scare you at all.
No.
Okay. Well, I would agree. If I were a betting man, which I've been known to do kinda, but the problem is
worst defense in the ACC.
Yeah, that too, and we'll get into that. All right. So hey, when I asked to partner up with some people, we reached out to a couple people, and I'm proud to announce that we're going to be teaming up for the basketball season with 2 other local businesses in Syracuse. The first is JP Mulligan's, 202 West Genesee Street in Fayetteville. They're going to sponsor right now. They're going to sponsor the Wake Forest pregame. So you go there. You can go there. They have all the Cuse games on there. They've got every Sunday, every NFL game. They do Tuesday night trivia. So
wings are great.
And Joe's
some of the best.
Wings.
I love their wings.
He's been known to eat them off the floor. And
not
everything.
Really, but every time I go home, I make sure that's the spot I go to. So,
but it's a good cozy spot for SU fans to gather.
Yep.
And proud to have them on. They'll be on our game day memes and stuff like that. And of course they have a happy hour. But when we get more info, we will for sure. We're just kind of
let you all know
now. Yeah, we'll let you all know. So anyway, teaming up with them, and eventually here pretty soon you'll be able to get some of our stuff there. So you'll be able to get the Blue Devil Tears sticker, put it right on your tumbler, boom. Every time Duke
A little
loses,
bit of swag.
Every time Duke loses, it overflows with Duke tears. I mean, drink it up, salty tears. I mean, it does not get any better than Blue Devil tears, I'm telling you. So, Syracuse heads to BB&T Field in Winston-Salem this Saturday, the 3rd at noon. And since we entered the ACC, we are 3-2 against Wake, and we've lost the last 2. So Wake Forest is 4-4 overall, and 1-3 in the ACC. And they totaled actually. They pretty much embarrassed Louisville this past weekend.
Who doesn't?
They totaled for almost 600 yards, 591 yards, and with a stomping of 56-35. So we mentioned Dave Clawson. He had his press conference today. So I cut a little piece of that, and let me pull it up here and take a listen.
You know, in their kickoff return, they don't give their returns away. They do a great job of punt block. They do a great job of punt return. They use their personnel very smart. Even watching their PAT field goal team and their PAT field goal block team, they're creative. I mean, some teams just give you the same thing every single week. These guys change it up and keep you guessing. And because of that, you know, they're winning turnover battles. They're really good on special teams, so they're getting positive field position. They've got a high-scoring offense led by a fifth-year senior quarterback with a bunch of juniors and seniors playing around them, and they're improved in defense. And that's why they're nationally ranked. You know, they're a top 20, top 25 team right now. Very easily could be undefeated. You know, they lost to Clemson in the last 30 seconds of the game, and they lost in overtime to Pitt. So this very easily could be an 8-0 football team and a top 10, top 15 ranked team right now. So they've done a great job there. This, like I said, is the best Syracuse team that we've faced. It'll be a great challenge. We're excited to be back at home. And but we've got a little bounce in our step right now, too. That was a good win last week for us.
Yeah, whatever, Clawson. So this is how it looks on paper. I just want to give you an idea here. We'll have Syracuse with the 14th ranked offense, according to, I believe it's NCAA.com, against the Wake Forest 124th ranked defense. Okay, so that's your offense-defense matchup.
That's my bookie pick right there.
Exactly. Wake Forest is allowing average yards per game, 502 average yards per game. It is a freaking ton.
Yeah.
They've allowed about, on average, 6.5 yards per play they allow. Meanwhile, though, Syracuse on offense, on average, is totaling on offense 485 yards a game.
Right.
So you could be looking at a
better than average
catastrophe for Wake. Now, Syracuse's defense ranks 96th. Okay, so
yeah. We're going to give up points. We've talked about this.
Yeah, they allow around 432 yards a game to Wake Forest's 29th ranked offense, who averages 455 yards a game. But the other thing too is our third down percentage on defense. We're ranked 3rd in the nation. We're only allowing 26.6% third down conversions.
Yeah,
and that's
what I was talking about with Tyler about when he had us on, or when we were talking to him on our podcast. Just the timely defense, situational defense. You know, just knowing that we're gonna bend, but at some point we're gonna hold teams to field goals, and we're gonna get turnovers, and that's gonna be, the decisive things in the game. So
their defense is piss poor. 124 out of 129.
Yeah, it's bad. Dude, and like I said, looking at their schedule, they started off, but they beat Tulane by 6 in overtime, who is a team that's 3-5 from the American Athletic Conference, I believe. Beat a D1 AA team Towson 51-20. So I'm D1 AA. So Boston College beat Wake Forest at home by 7. Then they got killed by Notre Dame, almost 30 points. Then they beat Rice, who was a 1-8 team, I think, from Conference USA. Got beat by Clemson 63-3. Lost
Holy
to Florida
cow.
State.
I did not know that score. Sorry.
Lost to Florida State by 21. And then last week they got their first ACC win at Louisville, and Louisville is definitely the worst team in the ACC. They've yet to win an ACC game. And, Wake Forest, and I listened to Clawson's press conference, and he said that the offense is as healthy as it's been. And he said that there's a couple guys on defense, but he said that, defense isn't where it is, but it's better than what it was a month ago. But still, I don't see it. I think that we have to play atrocious. I mean, I've looked at the weather, and the last time we came down to Wake Forest, like Dave Clawson again brought up in his press conference, that it was the hurricane. There was a hurricane, I think, 2 years ago. There's 34-mile-an-hour winds. It was raining. It was just awful for Baber's system in Dungy and throwing the ball, and it was the first year. And he also brought up something that I didn't really know or really catch on, is that the 2 years they've played against Dungy since he started, it was that hurricane game, and then last year he was injured, so they didn't play against him. So they haven't been able to play against Dungy when he's full on, in good weather and ready to go.
Without any kind of outside interference.
Right. So, again, I think they got a freshman quarterback, Sam Hartman. He's thrown for 1,700 yards, 14 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He's ran for a little over 200 yards, so you tell he's got a little bit of movement in those legs. He can scramble. But they got 2 other running backs that Carney and Colburn, the junior and a senior, and they've had, I think it's a combined over 1,000 yards. They both have over 500 yards. So they're definitely a running team, but they can throw. They got Greg Dorsch, a pretty good and to me a little underrated wide receiver that they can throw to. But they're going to be able to score, I believe. I think this is one of those teams that's going to line it up and kind of run it. And if we don't get our run game, like Pittsburgh, North Carolina, how they run a little bit.
Yeah.
And they do got some guys that can beat us over the top if they suck us in. So I think they're going to score. It's just their defense is worse than any of the other teams we've played.
I mean,
I just don't know if they're going to stop us. Is really what it comes down to.
No, I don't think that they're unless all of a sudden everything clicks for their defense. I don't understand why Syracuse's offense. It's a really potent offense. It's 14th in the nation.
Yeah,
it's really potent. Now 29th isn't bad either. Wake Forest.
No, but 2 years ago we averaged 43 points. I think. Right. I mean.
I don't know the points, but
yeah. Boston
6
College
yards per
40.
play. So
Boston College scored 41. Notre Dame scored 56. Clemson scored 63. And those are the type of caliber teams, or at least the closest to in their schedule. I mean, even a Florida State offense who's been pretty stagnant all year scored 38 points against them. So I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see how we don't score 50 points.
Really?
Plus,
think we're hitting 50 again?
I don't see. I mean, we're the 14th. To put this in perspective, we're the 14th ranked offense as far as yards in the nation, right?
Right.
So we average 485 yards a game, and Wake Forest averages yards allowed 502.
Yes.
So they average giving up more yards than we actually gain on offense, and we're the 14th best offense. So, right. And we average 43 points a game. It's just, I don't know. I don't see how this isn't going to.
It's mathematically horrible for Wake Forest's defense.
Right. That's basically what I'm saying. I said, I think that Wake Forest does have a run game. They've always had it, this is one of those teams that I thought was going to be comparable to UNC and Pitt, where they were going to line up and just try to slow it down and nickel and dime us and run the ball and try to, kind of take away possessions and the clock away from us because they know we like to go fast. And really, it all depends on how our defense plays against the run. Is really, I think, what's gonna, be the difference. Going to be the difference between whether or not it's a single-digit one-score game or whether we beat them by 3 touchdowns.
Right. So you're saying they're going to rely on their run game, freshman quarterback. They actually ranked 19th in the run, 232 yards a game average rushing.
Yeah.
So
right.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. Syracuse
been
is
pretty
39th.
good against us.
Yeah. So
they've been good and against us in like the run in the past, just like Pittsburgh has. It didn't really matter how good they are ranked against anybody else or how good they play.
Yeah.
I mean, Wake Forest is 4-4, but they really haven't beaten anybody, and they have a lot of tough teams coming down the pipe here at the end of the season. So, again, I mean, it's one of those teams where, again, they're probably riding on a high. Clausen said they're as healthy as they've been, and they're 4-4. They're only 2 games away from a bowl game, so we're probably going to see a pretty,
they're going to be motivated,
amped up.
Yeah,
they're going to be motivated. Yes.
Yeah.
So we got to kind of come out and not be cocky, do what we did against NC State and just put up points and hopefully just break their will and force them into some mistakes.
That NC State atmosphere though was like a huge adrenaline shot for that entire team. For our team, obviously, I'm saying.
Right. Well, you know what, too? I don't know how good the crowd's going to be for Wake Forest. Wake Forest has kind of been this year, and I don't really know how many fans think, they're that good. And I don't really remember them being a really good, crazy fan base type team. So hopefully that won't have anything to do or at least hurt us, know.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, I wouldn't be worried about noise, but the home field gives the other team an edge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even if there's 2 butts in the seat, they're still at home.
Yeah, I know. But we have, Syracuse fans travel pretty well, and there's a pretty good Syracuse contingent down here. In
fact, shout out to our boy Michael, by the way. He's going to be there.
Yep.
Michael
and
great.
Hopefully, I know I said previously that I'm going, but hopefully, still I might have to work. That's up in the air, so that's going to be a game time decision. But yeah, I just it's going to be nice. I don't think we're going to have to worry about crazy weather. I think I saw partly cloudy to sunny, mid to low 60s. So we just can't lay an egg, man. Really. And you heard Clausen talking about our special teams. Like, that's one of those things where you can win big. And we have won big, so we got to keep that going, too. We got to be clicking like we have. Like Clausen said, and like everybody knows, we could be undefeated. We're real close.
Yeah, 2 fourth-down plays away from being undefeated, man. Everybody knows
and woulda, coulda, shoulda, but still,
right. If
that just tells you
nuts, we all have a Merry Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
It tells you what kind of team we are. And you see it in the rankings with offense and stuff and with our timely defense and our good special teams, and we just can't.
Third downs.
We can't be satisfied with 6 wins.
Right.
We got to have the attitude of what Babers said, of like, why stop here?
Yeah, absolutely.
If anything, what's up?
Absolutely. No, well, like Tyler said in the last episode, and by the way, if you didn't listen to the last episode, there's still time. It's still relevant. So you can go back and listen. We had Tyler Marone on from former Syracuse defensive end, trademark podcast host. But like he said, they'll be allowed to play a little loose, which that could give a team an edge too. You got your butt puckered the whole time. You get to play a little bit more loose. It's a little bit less stressful. And
oh yeah, the proverbial monkey off the back.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just that's a real thing to be able to. I mean, that's a real. It's hard to explain, absolutely. And that's why you get sayings like that. But that's a real thing when the pressure's taken off and you can just breathe a heavy sigh of relief and just go out there and play.
Go play and go have fun and pop some people, man. I mean, that's what's fun.
And that's what it's all about. And I mean, I
wouldn't be surprised if they played better for the rest of the year.
That's what I'm saying. And these next 2 games are 2 perfect opponents to be able to actually, just go. We're on the map. We're number 22. Now that people are paying attention, now we're going to put the foot on the accelerator. And we're just going to go. And we're going to go up to Wake Forest, and we're going to embarrass them. And then we're going to come home, and then we're going to go undefeated and whoop up on Louisville like everybody else
last home game, too. That is going to be so
Dungy's last home game, there better be people there.
Oh, there will be. I'll bet you.
There's definitely going to be, but I just don't want to hiccup. They got to go take care of business at Wake Forest.
That's what I was just going to say. If they go to Wake Forest and they mop the floor, well, they don't even got to mop the floor. They just got to win. But
They just got to get it done.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. But that will put asses in the seats. I mean, there's no way it won't. There's no way it won't. You saw what they did for NC State. They kind of promoted that really good. They did a little bit of marketing, as far as getting.
And NC State was ranked. Yeah.
NC State was ranked. Yeah, you got Louisville coming in. It's the last.
But you know what though? Now we're ranked. So now you come support the team that's ranked because everyone wanted to talk about, show me winning first, show me this. Well, guess what?
Boy,
there's a number 22 next to our name, people.
Yeah. That's a great point. Show up.
So,
and
he delivered. He gave you what you wanted. Everyone wanted to talk about what comes first, chicken or the egg, this is that. Well, guess what? The wins are here. Yeah. We're number 22.
Right. We don't have the chicken or egg conversation right now if we're ranked. It doesn't even matter. So
this is the time for them to show the nation because now they're going to be talked about.
Yeah, I just got look, we're not playing Clemson in Miami right now. I mean, so it's easy to sit here with our chests puffed out a little bit and kind of talk it up. But, huh?
Football's football. You got to show up.
Right. Exactly. But you still get those. You still get that type, but it doesn't matter. And for the Louisville game, which I don't want to talk too much about, but obviously, that's going to be special. It's going to be a special game. It's going to be a little sad for me, actually, because of Dungy's last home game. It's going to be a little sad. It is. I'm not going to lie.
It's all right. Just pull a Blue Devils Tears sticker out and you'll be okay.
No, that's when they cry, not when I cry.
Oh, my bad.
Damn, dude. Come on.
Sorry.
So...
I got confused.
Yeah, dude. If anyone hasn't figured it out by now, Joe, he knows sports. Anything beyond that, clueless. Totally clueless.
What are you talking about, man?
Totally clueless. So anything
it's crazy. I tie my own shoes.
Velcro is not tying. Come on. Any last thoughts on heading to Winston-Salem heading to Winston-Salem to face Wake Forest, which is 2 hours from there?
Yeah, I hope I can go and I don't have to work, and that we don't lay an egg. So that's basically it.
Okay.
I got a couple things that I'm trying to look forward to at the end of the week. So let's go.
Right.
Just like everybody else. Everybody else, they're working. Listen to the podcast and they want to get at the end of the work week and they want to watch the team play and hopefully win.
Exactly.
And I'm right in the same boat, brother.
Yeah, it's going to be fun because, the past few games, a lot of people have been, I don't know what the cell reception is like inside the Dome lately, but I've heard didn't they add Wi-Fi in there?
They must have.
Yeah. They're just getting some tweets through, but it didn't used to be like that.
No, God, no.
But now that everybody's going to be home, because a lot of people we follow and follow us on Twitter, they're at the game, which is exciting for us. But like Michael, if you're listening right now, dude, and if Joe doesn't show up, if Joe lays an egg, I want to see those pictures tweeted out. I'll retweet them. I don't usually retweet stuff from home games, but away games. It's a different story, and it's cool.
If I have to work, it's not going to be me laying an egg, okay?
Yeah, no, I disagree. Because you said on the last podcast you were going, and then you're like, well, I might have to work.
You know
and
what?
You got a ticket.
Sometimes things change, buddy.
Hey, look, I thanked everybody for the reviews in the beginning, but I really want to thank everybody again for just listening to this podcast and supporting this podcast and making this so much fun for me and Joe to do and making it worth it. Not that it wasn't worth it before, because we really don't care if we have one listener. If I'm talking to one person right now, I really don't care, because me and Joe just talk on the phone like this anyway, so might as well record it. Might as well let one person hear it. But my point is that the show has grown, and we can't thank you enough. If you've been spreading it by word of mouth, that's awesome. That is the best. That is the best marketing plan for us. Is your word, telling your friends and stuff like that. So it means a ton to us.
And compliment at the same time.
Right, and this was like our hugest month ever. And if you compare this football season to last football season, as far as listenership and everything, Like, this blew it out of the water. This football season blew our basketball season out of the water. I'd be willing to bet you anything.
W's.
Yeah, makes a difference. So we appreciate it, and enough can't be said. So if I'm always like, thanks guys, I really mean it. I'm not just saying it to blow smoke up your butts. I'm being serious. So anyway, Joe, final thought at all? No, yes, no.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Right.
Let's go Cuse.
All right, go Cuse. This week I want to thank, obviously thank James on guitar, thank my bookie, Armchair All-Americans. Thank Tyler for coming on last episode. Thank you guys for listening. Thanks to JP Mulligans, and we got another one lined up. Where I can't wait to get our stuff out too. So, thanks everybody. Appreciate it. And go Cuse. For Joe, I'm Sean. We're out.
This has been the Cuse Militia Podcast with Sean and Joe. Be heard. Contact us on Facebook at Cuse Militia Podcast and tweet at us using #CuseMilitia.